What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of my Getting Started series. So, when the game first starts up, they'll take you through a couple tutorials and teach you how to, connect the bubbles and make you do a couple multi-summons and all that jazz, and you're still kind of be left to your own devices and it's kind of confusing. So this is just a little bit of a guide on how to get started and how to, I guess, get better at the game and get some good units so you can actually build some real teams. So, start off with the home menu. On the left, you see a little gear over there, and he's going to give you some recommended characters. Now, when you first start, this thing's probably going to be completely overrun with characters. It's going to tell you to go here, do this event, go there, do that event. This, really, I wouldn't worry about until you have a good team that you can go and do some events with, but right now, this is something you shouldn't worry about. What you should worry about is getting on that grind. So, go to start. You're going to have all these things. I would not worry about the 4 on the bottom. I would only worry about quest and event until you have a team. So go to quest, and I've completed it, so it'll take me a little bit to get down there. But you're going to have all these, and each and every single one of these missions on every single difficulty is going to give you a stone. So I'm pretty sure it starts you off with 50 stones. But if you do all of these, I don't have the exact number, but you're going to get a lot of stones. And then, the hardest part, I understand, I'm the exact same way, is when you go to here, and it shows you a brand new, shiny, beautiful Dokkan Fest unit that you really want. Before you summon, try and find one of my videos, and if I don't have one, try and find someone else's videos that tells you what's on this banner, whether or not it's worth summoning, and then make an educated decision from there. I'm never going to tell you you can't summon. If, say, Gotenks is your favorite character, summon. Say he's just, kind of and you really don't care all that much, well then don't summon for it. But every now and then, there'll be a banner, and there's one coming up, the Golden Frieza banner, that is just so far beyond out of this world that you have to summon. I mean, I'm going to be summoning on the Heroes banner coming up, but that's because I don't have any Heroes units. But as soon as I'm done with that, I'm probably not going to summon for Blue Go Bros. I'm probably just going to summon on that. So even though you have all these beautiful, stones up in the right corner up here to summon on, I would not summon. Just gather your stones, be patient, and wait for the right moment. So, we'll go into an event right now. I'll show you what you're dealing with. So, I'll start out with event 1. So then you pick whatever difficulty you want. I'll just pick normal because we're not doing anything. Then you're going to get to this screen and you're going to see a friend. At this point, you're probably not going to really understand anything about leader skills or anything like that. And you don't really need to at this point because the game is just pretty much giving away free stones. You don't have to understand all that much. This video is just pretty much me describing how to play the game so that you can get enough stones so that you can get to the point where you need to understand the game. A lot of this is mindless, it's a heavy grind, it's boring, it's tough, I understand, but there's a lot of free stones in this. So let's just pick some random character. I'm going to pick this one because this is the character that I used for the last one. Start with previous deck, don't worry. Okay, actually I will go over this. So you have a bunch of support items, they all do different things. Pretty much the only really good ones are these two. These two. And the Ghost Usher, he delays an attack, and then Whis, he just negates damage. But I'll have another video talking about items specifically, so right now we just want to show you how to play the game. Right, so you start. Let's do this. You'll get put onto the tile screen, and you'll be given these little things down at the bottom that'll tell you, how far you go. Now, typically, I always go for the little key charge stations, so you get the 3, get a little bit of the key. Wow, that was 5? Okay. And then you want to keep going and just kind of get whatever you want. I'm going to go for some red, get some training items. And then you see there's another training station over there, so I'm going to use both my 1s to get there. Now really, you can just do whatever you want to do, but right now I want some training just to make sure I have enough key. This is going to be really important for you guys that are just starting because you're not going to have proper leads, you're not going to have proper links, it's all just going to be really tough for you. But so now let's talk about battling. you can tap on the bottom right corner over here to get a list of all your units, and then you can tap on the unit again to bring up their card and their abilities. So let's go over what each unit does. They all have several parts to them. So there's our leader skill right there. If you tap and hold on it, it brings the whole thing up. So there's up in the corner, you see how it says Extreme Tech right there? That means that he is a evil unit, and he is in the Tech type. So, Tech type, key 3, HP and attack, and defense at 120%. Now he's not my lead, but every single character gets a lead, and unless they are the lead character, this leader skill does absolutely nothing, so just don't worry about it. And then there's a super attack down here. Every character has a unique super attack. Now this one's going to cause immense damage, and I will go into some more detail on what immense means and massive means, and a lot of the times it's actually unique to the character, so I'm going to need a whole video to talk about that. But then this guy lowers defense. Now, we're really not going to get to see a lot of this in action, because we are going to one-shot this guy as soon as we get out of here. So then this is the important part right here, the passive skill. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail what this guy's passive skill is, but every character has a leader skill, a super attack, and a passive skill. I'm not going to worry about these. The hidden potential system I will go over much later. But so you got the passive skill, and at the beginning you're really not going to be able to make much use of all these passive skills. The only thing I would say you're going to need to make sure is that you have a lead that is either rainbow, which means it affects all the characters, or just build a team around someone that's actually got a pretty decent leader skill. Like, plus attack 300 when there's 40 enemies is not a good leader skill. Try and make sure you find one that does the best you can. So, and you can do that with every single character. Go down the list. So, since he's a green character, and I realize I already have a whole bunch of key because this is a really well put together team. This cooler is amazing. I would usually try and line up the green ones because, he's green, he gets more key from green. And you can actually tap on the character to get their link skills up as well. I'll go into more detail on link skills in a future video. So I would tap green because if I had damage, if I am a green character and I click on green, I'm actually going to regain a little bit of health. Now I'm at full, so it's not going to affect me. So then have the next character, he's purple, go with the purple, and this is also going to build up your Dokkan meter down at the bottom right there. And once that fills up, you do a nice little special attack, and I'll do a longer event in a future video and show you how Dokkan meter works. So then we'll just finish off with Cooler up here. They're going to play their little super attacks, do a bunch of damage, and kill this guy in one hit. Absolutely no problem. I don't know the exact amount of damage you need to do to this guy, but I'm guaranteed that you're going to be fine just doing this. So that's how you pretty much play the game and move around on the board and line up your characters and do all that kind of stuff. I will go over rotations and actual in-depth analysis of attacking in a future video. Like I said, this is just an introductory to the series, and you get a little bit of rewards at the end of everything. Those are actually from the red tiles that I landed on. So you can click on the bottom to go to home, and you can pretty much do the exact same thing that I just did in Quest in Event. Now, like I said, don't worry about the bottom 4. Now there's going to be Story, Growth, Challenge, Z-Battle. You should worry about Story, right? But as if you're just starting the game, I don't think you'd be able to benefit from this very much because I don't know if your units would be able to take care of it. So I would go to Growth. There's a lot of things that you can do out here. Now this Goku, he does not start out very good, but he's an option. And if you need options, then, well, sometimes you just gotta bite the bullet and use a crappy unit until you can get a better one. There's also these hidden potential units. I recommend doing this every day. I did not do it today. I'm bad at that. There's this. This will give you some massive experience, and this will give you some training items, give you some World Tournament Zenny rewards, some more training stuff, and then Awakening medals. And I'll do a little bit more of that, but I am pretty far into this video, so I think I'm gonna call it here, and then the next one will probably be on gathering stones the fastest way possible, and knowing when to summon. So I will see you guys then. Thanks for stopping by.